Freestyle now. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it was very interesting. It was a first, and
Interesting is an interesting word, huh?
yeah, it was very interesting, and I can see it growing from strength to strength. I hope that they keep it on.
Yeah.
I hope that they also consult with me on how to bring it forward. But looking at the presentations and performances that we saw tonight, I definitely think Preedy is in the run-ins. Make It Happen is in the run-ins. Fireball, because he went first, I think we forgot about
Fireball.
how he dealt with it. I believe Fireball, and I think Myron.
Yeah,
Again.
Myron was good. For me, it's a toss-up between... I agree with those names you called there. The only thing is, while we could give kudos to Make It Happen for how he dealt with it, I am not so sure with the judges having to strictly stick to that rubric. I don't know how he will fare. So that is the only name that you call there that, me personally, I like what he did.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the judges' criteria, I'm not sure how he will fare.
So you would...
And for me, it would be between Snakey and Myron. You know, I think there's a toss-up between the two of them. For me personally, I would lean more to Snakey because, as I say, now Myron, I'm saying this only because in the particular category, which is freestyle, which is not exactly the structure as extempo, but Snakey found a way to almost turn it into a song, right? So that he in that 1 minute and 30 seconds, he almost separated into this is my chorus, this is my verse, and he stuck on topic.
Well, Myron was good
though,
of them doing that.
Yeah, Myron was good though. For me, it's a toss-up between the two of them.
And what I'll say about Make It Happen, though, is that it's not as though he ran from the topic.
Yeah.
He stated his case in increments. This is what you want me to sing about.
Yeah.
It's almost
these are my feelings on the matter.
Yeah.
So
it's
because of that,
like, this is how I feel about the topic.
Yeah,
yes.
That's how I feel about the topic.
So because of that, as opposed to addressing it like this, I wish instead of this topic, and you still go back, I wish instead of this topic, you asked me to talk about this.
I'll tell you, and having a little insight into how judges operate, he might fare better if the three of us were judging him. Right? Because the reality is, I mean, and apart from the fact that they have guidelines by which to follow, to stick to the rubric, I don't know that they would have the luxury of exploring it that deeply.
Right.
Because all three of us have some frame of reference for Make It Happen. I don't know if the judges have that. And, you know, as we know with all competitive things, for some reason, when you're in that judge's seat, it seems like they start to hear something different to the rest of people who looking
But one of the things, though, I will say that hopefully the judges see that it did not appear haphazard.
Yeah.
The way that Make It Happen treated with the subject. So
Yeah.
it's not as though, wait, now he just went off course.
Yeah.
Right.
But he grounded what he was doing from this position.
And that is why I'm coming back to what Chromatics say in terms of, we understand that this is the first one, right? So they obviously have some things to sort out. Yeah. And one of those things would be understanding the skills required for the people who have to judge this, right? Because if you intend to keep it as a different dynamic to extempo, because if we have the same batch of judges judging both things,
so you would think, exactly,
there's a lot that could be lost in translation,
so
right?
you think there should be separate judges for these separate categories?
Or
bilingual.
Exactly.
So you're able to be able
could
to
understand both things, right?
I learned that term the other day, reality of reference.
Yeah.
So you're able to, and the thing, this is actually stuff that both of you all have addressed in different musical treatises.
Definitely.
So if you're talking about the blueprint, if you're talking about Custom Cupid, so when Lingo went to Calypso Fiesta, I thought he was going to talk about Mr. Cupid as opposed to saying, well, he was going to call another name.
Right.
But before we go too deep down that road, we take another break, thanking B-Mobile and